Um, Good afternoon, colleagues. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. My name is Enoch Nyorekwa Trinorio. I am a senior economist at the Sustainable Development Goals Center for Africa, which was constituted at the UN General Assembly in 2015 with the mandate to accelerate SDGs, which are Sustainable Development Goals in Africa. The Sustainable Development Goals being the successor program to the Millennium Development Goals. And as part of those goals, which are 17 goals, we do have at the core SDG 5, which is basically about gender empowerment and ensuring that no gender is actually left behind. And as part of the initiatives at the center, which is actually manned by and at the board, we do have 9 African presidents on the board, but we also have representation from the private sector. And by and large, from the private sector, we do have representation by a number of women. So we are working collaboratively to enhance the penetration of gender empowerment in Africa, together with our partners, Impact Her, to provide a training on digital skills for business for women. And as you know, particularly if you relate with the most recent epoch of the pandemic, COVID, you realize that digital solutions were not only relevant for delivering business services, but also for government services. If you look at e-governance reforms that have been undertaken over the last 2 years, you will see a strong focus on, but I'll give you an example, particularly for Rwanda, which has a digital platform called the Rainbow Platform and has 104 services that are offered on it. And it also integrates but as we go through the training, the rationale of use of digital systems in business will be elaborated, and our colleagues from Impact Hub, who are ready to take us through, are ready with us. So allow me to invite Impact Hub to take us through the first session. We'll be going through 8-hour sessions, which are equivalent to a one-day working day of 8 hours. So please join us and keep with us throughout the 8 hours of training, which will be split over the 4 weeks. So we'll be listening to our friend Chinelo, also brings the gender face, being the female face here, to take us through the first session. So Chinelo, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Enoch. I'm particularly excited to be here today, and I'm so happy to see everyone on the chat room. I see that the chat room is bustling, and yes, I love the energy. I would love for us to keep this energy till the very end. So I'm just going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to go into the chat room to say hellos and highs, and then we get into it for today. So my name is Chinelo. I'm the senior operations manager for Impact Her, and we're going to be discussing about how to build a reputable brand and sell online. At the end of this class, you're going to be discovering how to build a brand, what you should do and what you should not do, right? And how you can make good use of digital platforms. While we're on that, please, if you are yet to introduce yourself, please let me know your name and where you're joining us from. And then feel free to share this stream with people, like it, and make sure that you invite as many people as possible. So we are going to rock and roll. Sorry, this thing is getting into my mouth. I see Anna from Uganda, Susan from Uganda. I mean, everybody's something more of Uganda. Fiona from Uganda, Farida, Joyce Robo from South Africa. Great to have you join us. Let me see. Betty from Uganda. Okay. Isaac, Namutosi, Christine. Sorry if I'm murdering your names. Sabrina. Let me see. Let me keep that coming, please. Let's keep the energy. Rosemary. Betsy, Mercy, Grace, awesome, Dele, Farida, Sarah. All right. If I don't mention your name, please still put it out there. Thank you so much. Before we start, you can also use this time to invite your friends to join us in this session, right? So that we all can learn together. I see Brenda, Nusifa, Joaline. You all have very unique and beautiful names. Great to have you all here, Duba. All right, so as a rule of thumb, I always tell people if you want to enjoy my class or you want to have the best time, all I need you to do is to interact, right? So when I ask questions, please feel free to answer. It helps me to see that you understand what I'm saying, and engagement helps me to share lots of tips. All right, we are going to rock and roll, right? So, like I said, we're going to know what a brand is, why your brand should be online. We're going to explore how you can find your target audience. I always tell people there is no business if you don't know your target audience. There's no need for you to be in business if you don't know who you are serving. So, we are going to also be talking about that. And then finally, we are going to look at how you can generate sales on social media. As we go on, if you think that I'm too fast, please let me know. If the pace is okay, still let me know. Just ensure that you are having fun. All right. Okay, so this is the first one first activity we are going to do today. How are you currently making your business known online? What are you doing? There are no right or wrong answers, right? Are you running adverts? Are you just being consistent with your posting? Are you joining the like recent platforms? I know that there's this platform called Threads by Mark Zuckerberg that just came out recently, right? So what are the things you're doing to make your brand known? Are you trying to tell your friends, okay, repost what I'm doing? What do you do currently to help make your business known online? Let me know. Let me know. I'm waiting for your answers. Right. For people that are saying that they can't see this very well, Udemy has put a description to how you can make your videos clearer. I see Faith from Zambia. Great to have you here. All right. So Desire said her WhatsApp status. Thank you so much for that. That is a good way. Let's have more answers. What are you currently doing? Right? There are no right or wrong answers. What are you currently doing to make your business known online? Let me know the strategies. Are you on trends? Are you trying to jump on new trends? Are you using your friends and family, telling them to repost your business? Are you running adverts? What do you do currently to make your business known online? So does it mean we just have only Desire? Okay, so I see Veron saying WhatsApp group. Okay, so it means we use more of WhatsApp. Okay, Katono is also saying WhatsApp, and she does adverts on Gigi Uganda. That is excellent, Noella. That is an excellent contribution. Thank you so much. Dimuna said mostly from WhatsApp status and Facebook. They're uploading products often. Great. Thank you so much, ladies. These are excellent. Instagram, Threads, and WhatsApp. That is how. Awesome. I'm really excited to see this and to know that you all are already using one platform or the other. All right. So what advantages does online presence bring to your business, right? Some of you have said you already, especially I like the person that said she's using Gigi, right? So it means that she's also trying to feeds in e-commerce into her business, right? So what are the advantages since you've been posting on WhatsApp or you've been posting consistently on Facebook? What have these things brought to you? Have they brought more visibility for your business? Have they helped you to increase your business reach, right? Have they helped you to increase what they call it, your the leads, I'm sorry, conversion? Have they helped you to get more people buy your products or like sign up for your services? Have you made more money? What are those things it has done for you? Or is it just that it has just helped you to learn how to use those platforms better? Because at times when you use one platform and you keep using it, you learn different ways to use it. Okay, I see more questions. I have a business Facebook page and Instagram that I run ads on. Excellent. Using marketplace. Marketplace is it's awesome. Like you get to see more people buy your stuff. Even me, at times when I want to shop, I mostly buy things on Google My Business or Instagram. But the few times I want to use Facebook, I like to check what's going on in the marketplace. So that is a very great tool, Anna, that you are already exploring. Jovita said you easily get clients since most people are so much on the media. That is excellent, Jovita. Noella, more visibility for my business, which increases my sales. Awesome. Thank you so much. All brilliant answers. Great. Okay, we are going to delve into it. Remember that we're talking about how to build your brand and then sell online. First of all, we are going to consider what is your brand identity, right? What makes you stand out. Now, brand and identity, as the name says, is just really what are those visible elements of your business that people can use to identify you. That is what brand identity is. Like the name identity, how can they identify your brand? What will people see and they know that this is your brand? For example, Nike, once you see the good sign, right? Once you see that, you just really know, even before you see where they write Nike, you just know, oh, these are Nike shoes, right? Once you see the what's the name of this man? KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, their whole pack, you know that, okay, this is KFC, right? So brand identity, the first thing about branding is there has to be something that differentiates you. There has to be something that someone will use and know you. So for example, you see the slides you're seeing now, you see that everything on the slide has red and orange, right? This is how you know that this is our identity. This is Impactor. This is how anywhere you see these colors and the logo, you can use it to identify Impactor because it's our branding. So as a business, if you're online and you're trying to do all the good things, so when I mean all the good things, if you're trying to run ads already for your business, you're trying to use marketplace, you're trying to post a lot of status, you're trying to be very consistent, but you do not have a brand identity, guess what? Many people may know your business but they will not remember it because there's nothing that keeps them that keeps you in their minds. So it's very important for you to build a brand identity, to have colors for your business, to have a logo, to have a good brand name. That way when people see you and keep seeing you, there's something that registers in their mind. They get to understand, they get to remember who you are and what your business is all about. So there are so many people that you see that on their business pages is their picture that you see on there. This is not right, right? You want to make sure that you create a different, unique identity for your business. There are people too, when you go on their business pages, you're seeing them, their family, the things they are doing, and less about their business. They're using their business page to serve as both personal and business page. This is also not right. For you to be able to build a unique brand online, right, and sell and make money, you have to start by creating a good brand identity for your business, right? Now, very important, a brand encompasses the consumer's complete experience, right? So one thing people always do too when they want to approach branding, they just focus on identity. So what I mean identity, they just focus on getting a good logo, good colors, good fonts for their business. They forget about the consumer's experience. Now, what does that mean? You want to ensure that you ask yourself, how do you want people to feel about your brand? Why is this important? The way people feel about your brand is what shows if they would return or not. If you have a good funnel, if you've built a good funnel around your business where you ensure that your consumers are having a unique experience from start. What I mean from start, from the point they are aware of your business up until you convert them, right? When you ensure that you build this thing, you build it out and ensure that, okay, you have good customer service, right? You have perks for people that are returning customers. There's this thing they do in Nigeria now. I don't know if everybody is doing it, but I'm in Nigeria, so I'm using that example. You see business owners that do this thing that when you buy something from them, right, and then you go back again. So maybe you're now a repeat customer. When they add little gifts for you. So let me give an example. The last time I bought a set of perfumes, I buy my perfume in like sets. I try to order. I love to do bulk purchase. Yeah, when the lady was sending it, she put like 5 tester perfumes for me for free, and then added an earring, not this particular one I'm wearing, but she added an earring for me. Then there was this other time too, I got a wig, right after the lady added what they call those nails, press on nails, is that what they call it? Anyway, she added a set of nails for me to my package, right? So aside, this is what branding is. It's an experience. So when I'm referring people to them, I'm going to be like, oh, do you know that when you buy things from these people, they add little add-ons here and there for you, and just that small thing can make them make more sales. So you want to think about your branding in that line. You want to ensure that you don't only have a brand identity, but you're building out an experience for your consumers. You have good customer service, you have good strategies in line to ensure that they are having a unique experience and that they are generally happy with your service, right? It's very important that you do that. Now, what are the factors to consider when building your brand? Choose a name. Please don't just choose any kind of name. Choose a name that is someone can easily remember. You see people that when you ask them what is your brand name, they will go, the name of my brand name is Monica Industrial Services for Global, blah, 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 blah. Don't use something that is unnecessarily long. Look at the brands that we interact with today that we know. Look at their names, very easy. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Nike, KFC. I mean, KFC is Kentucky Fried Chicken, but because Kentucky Fried Chicken is a bit long, they make it to be like KFC, right? Coca-Cola, Pepsi. These names are just easy to remember. So when you start saying your name of your business is, I'm using Monica for example, Monica Global Services Industrial, like something that is very long. Nobody will remember that, right? And people are not out to start carrying your business on their heads. You can barely get what I'm saying. Wow. Sorry, can you hear me? Is there anyone that can hear me? Let me know. Is there someone that gets what I'm saying? So let me know if it's a meeting or if you can hear me, you get, oh, it's an accent, so let me know. If you can hear me well, just let me know you can hear me. If you're not just that you can hear me, if you can understand me, let me know that you can understand me. Okay, okay. All right, awesome. Great. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue. All right. So yeah, I was talking about the choosing a name. It's very important for you to choose a name that it's easy for people to understand and remember. When if you must use, so there are people that like to use their own name, right, and integrate it into their business. If you must do that, you can change it into an acronym, right? As opposed to, so let's use Kentucky Fried Chicken for example. As opposed to that, they made it KFC for short. So if you want to use Monica Industrial Services or Monica Global Services, you can name it MGS, right? Because it's easier to remember. Next, you want to design a good logo and then use colors, shapes, and other visual elements in your promotions. And please, when choosing colors, ensure that you choose colors that give life, right? There are some colors that you see that when you use them for designs, they are not beautiful or they are contrasting. Ensure that you choose colors that go together and that will give life to your brand, right? And then craft the language in your advertisement. So what this means is that ensure that you have a brand voice. Have a brand voice that depicts the character of your brand, right? And then in every messaging you're putting out, in every advertisement, in any PRO you do, ensure you're using your brand voice. And then train employees to interact well with customers. For example, in Impacta, we have a brand voice, we have a brand language, we have how we communicate to, like, with our clients. We even have a name for them. I don't know if people see all these influencers that have what they call their followers. Some of them will be like, hey besties. Some will call them, have a unique name for them. We address our followers like we say, oh, hello greatness, and also you can do all that. It helps you to build a community for your brand and helps people to relate with the community. Now, why should you be online, right? Why should your business be online? Why not offline? Why not any other place? Why online? This is because as a business, like someone said earlier in the chat room, that we have a lot of people online. Everybody, not everybody, but a greater percentage of the world is online. So it means that the money has moved from the streets, right? Online. So if you have to build a winning business, you also want to move your business online, right? Now, what are the things that businesses do online, or what are the things they can do? You can buy and sell your products, you can reach out to your customers, you can research your competition, and then you can advertise to reach out to a bigger or a larger audience. These are the things you can do online, right? Now, what are the benefits of you having an online business? First of all, if you have an online business, it means that you are always there. What does this mean? If you have a shop, right, you have a closing and opening hour. So maybe you may be visiting your shop by 9 a.m. and you may be closing by for the day by 5 p.m. But if you have an online business, you have a page, you have a website, you have Facebook, Instagram page. Even if you're not sitting by your phone, right? If somebody goes to your page, they can see your products, they can see the services you offer, right? And they can leave you a text. As opposed to if you're not in your shop, people will not have access to you. And then you have low operating costs. Obviously, for people that have stores, you have to pay rent, you have to pay for fuel, you have to pay for um government bills and all that stuff, right? And then better customer support. And not just better customer support, there's also an easier way because you can reach out to a lot of people at the same time, right? Where could you be online as a business? So why is this? The thing is, we all know that the online world is now very vast, right? There are lots and lots and lots of like new things happening, new what they call it now, new apps coming up, new mediums of communication, and also what are the things that you can take hold of, right, and use it for your business? Number one is social media. Like you all have rightly stated, you've talked about WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and all, right? So, one thing I also tell people about social media, make sure that you're using the one that is beneficial for your business. It is not very important that you are using all. It is important that you're using the one that works for you per time. You must not be on all the platforms. You just have to be on the ones that are yielding results, right? Website is very important. Another reason why website is like really key is that anything can happen to other platforms. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I don't know if people remember the time where Instagram and WhatsApp had issue, and people, even Facebook, I think Facebook, then I can't remember if Facebook is among, but I remember Instagram and WhatsApp, and people could not send messages, people could not run ads, nothing was happening. You could not even access the app. There was even a time that Twitter was down for some, like for a few hours, and people lost a lot of money. Now, if you have a website, it means you have your own thing, you have something that you can control, right? That it's not that if Mark Zuckerberg wakes up today and says, oh, he's closing business, it's not going to affect you. So this is why it's very important that you have a website for yourself, right? You don't want to only depend on things like outside factors, right? And then we have the business directory. It's very, very important for you to have a business. I mean, it's very important for you to have at least one. There are different business directories, but it's very important for your business to be on one, right? And then the next is the sorry. And then the next one is an e-commerce platform. So e-commerce platform, for example, when the person that mentioned Gigi is an e-commerce platform that you can go and list your business, right? We have Jumia. I don't know the ones that are present in your, I don't know if Jumia is present in your country, but you can research to know the e-commerce platform. These are very good because you just list your businesses. There are times you have to pay for subscriptions, right? And then you get access to those. Right. So we are going to take our first pause for questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if we have questions. So let me see. Okay, I'm not seeing any question right now, so I'm just going to continue. If you have any questions, please always feel free to ask. And if always let me know part time if you're following and if you are enjoying the class, right? So we go to the next point, which is finding your target audience. This is very key in business because you can have a good business, have a good pricing, have great packaging, have good customer service, and still not make sales because you do not know your target audience. So it's very, very important for you to find out, right? So what is a target audience? A target audience, like the name, is just a group of people, right, that are likely to become your customers. That is what a target audience is. It's just a group of people that are likely to purchase your goods or services, right? And now, what are the types of target audiences? We have interest, purchase intention, subculture. So, what this means is target audience, the interest place is people that have interest in the kind of thing that you're in, the business you're doing, or in the product you sell, in the services you render. Purchase intention are maybe people that have the intent to buy, right? Now, let me just define this for you to know. It's important for you to know that you people used to think that you have just one target audience for your business. This is not true. You can have more than one target audience for your business, right? It could be that people that even do the um primary customer personnel, primary audience, secondary audience, and all that, right? So it's not compulsory that you just have one particular target audience. You can have for a particular business, you can have different, how will I put it? You can have different sets of people. Yes, that is what I wanted to say. So subcultures are people that are have the same kind of, for example, they have the same kind of interest. So you can say, for example, if you're in the music industry, right, and you produce just a particular kind of music, a particular kind of genre. So those kind of people are like subculture target audience. All right. So we'll move on to understanding the roles of your target audience, right? Now, what your target audience do in your business really? They just help you to ensure that you're tailoring your services to suit them, right? Now your business, you know what, anything you're doing in your business, any decision you're making in your business, anything you want to do with your business per time, that it reflects what they will enjoy or what they will profit from. There was, I think I was scrolling LinkedIn yesterday also, where someone was talking about Dale Carnegie's book, and he said that if people can start producing things or start doing things, having the next person in mind is going to be better. So some businesses roll out products or roll out services based off of what they think as opposed to what the customer needs. So it's very important when you understand like the role of a target audience or understand your target audience, right? You know exactly what they need. You know you're trying to produce things that they need, not about what you think it works, what you think makes sense, right? And then these roles can often be divided into the following categories: the decision maker and the supporter. So we are going to also go back, continue to the 6 ways to determine your target audience. I want to come back to see if there are questions. Okay, I can see questions now. How can I join an e-commerce platform? So the first thing you want to do is to ask yourself, what do you do? So for example, here there are different e-commerce platforms depending on the business. So we have like travel e-commerce, we have property e-commerce, like, so there are e-commerce platforms where they just list properties there. There are e-commerce platforms where it's just cars they list. There are e-commerce platforms where you can list anything, right? Anything, houses, anything you want to list. So you first of all know what it is. So let's say you sell beauty products, for example. Now you now research what are the e-commerce platforms available to your business. So let's say that you have, I don't know if you are in Uganda, but I know that someone said GG Uganda. So we know that there's GG in Uganda. All you have to do is to go to gg.com, right? And when you go to GG, like when you go to their website, you sign up as a seller, and the rest is history. And they also have different packages where you can even start up for free, right? And then along the line you pay depending on the package you want to go for. But it's as easy and straightforward as that. You go to the website, you sign up as a seller, right? And then you upload your products and you start selling. And then for the person that is asking more light on business directories, a business directory is just a place where people go to put the details of their business, like the name directory, so that if, for example, I'm traveling to Zambia for the first time and I'm looking for contacts of business in the in the hospitality sector, like I want to know, okay, maybe I want to get hotels, I want to know the places to get nice meals and all. When I go to an online directory, right, I see different businesses and their contacts and how to get them. So a business directory is just really where you list your business and put what you do, the services you render, and your contacts so that people can check you out. Let me know, the people that ask these questions, let me know if you understand. How do you rate email marketing? I don't get the question, but if you're trying to ask if email marketing is relevant, it is. It's one of the foremost digital marketing channels, right? And it is very, very good for marketing. I don't know that there's any question that I missed. So, but if I missed any, I'm sure that Udeme and Dana is going to help me with that. So I'm just going to continue. But the people that I answered their questions can also let me know if that, and I mean, if that answers your question. Sorry. So we're talking about the 6 ways to determine your target audience, right? First of all, you want to analyze your customer base and carry out client interview. Secondly, you want to conduct a market research and identify industry trends. And then, so let me just explain it to you. If you want to know your target audience, the first and like the very easy way to do it is to ask yourself, this thing that I'm trying to do, who has the need for it? That is the first and foremost question. Who has the need for what I'm trying? So I'm going to break it down. Let's say that I'm selling this eye drop now, for example, or I've produced this eye drop, right? Or I want to produce, I'm in the process of producing it. I'm going to ask myself, this thing, who has the need for it? So is it someone that is, for example, a 20 to 50-year-old woman, or a 20 to 50-year-old woman or man that is that has, what is the problem? It's very important to know what is the problem that this person is having, right? And so if what is the goals, because the problem has to be something that you are solving. What are their goals, and then does your product meet that goal, right? You also want to ask, at times when you're even creating customer personas, you want to make it very defined. You can give the person a name. So you can say the name of my target audience, for example, is, let me look for a name. I think there was a Sarah in the comment section. Is Sarah, for example, right? And that Sarah is a 9 to 5. She's a career woman and she stays on her screen a lot. So producing an eye drop, for example, and that this eye drop, what this eye drop is going to be doing is going to be helping preserve. I'm just saying things, right? It's going to be helping to preserve this is not what the eye drop does, though. It's just an example. It's going to help preserve the sight from a lot of screen light, right? So you can say the person's fears is having eye issues due to long or prolonged usage of laptops and all. So this is how you have determined, like this is how you've created a target audience. Now you can also go into doing short surveys to asking people that, okay, ask different categories of people. So now, first of all, you've defined a 9 to 5. You can ask market women. It could be that there are market women that have these needs. You ask them questions that, okay, what do you think that, do you have eye problems? Do you think, what products are you looking for? How do you think it can help you? And then when you have all these answers, you bring them together and use it to create what a target audience or what your target audience should look like. Now, when you do this, the next thing you want to do is to use that information to tailor the kind of products or services you put out so that you are sure that it's addressing the need of your target audience, right? Now, how to create target personas with the right demographics is what I've just pretty much explained. You want to put the age, gender, their interest, how much they are making. Very important because you want to ensure that the person is making enough money to be able to purchase your products. Their interests, what they do, what they read, and all that good stuff. Next, we are going to look at how can you develop a strong brand, right? What are the benefits of developing a strong brand? One, enhanced recognition. Like I said earlier, when you have a good brand name, you have good brand visuals, you have a good identity, right? An experience around your brand. It helps more people to know about you. It also increases your business value. If Nike, Google, Facebook, and all these were not good brands, right? We'll not be talking about them much. We're not going to be using them to make examples, right? So it increases your brand value. It also brings customer loyalty because customers know that you can be trusted. They know that they can bank on your business. So it increases their loyalty. Right. And then easier introduction of new products. When you're introducing new products, because they already trust you. I don't know if Peak works in Uganda now or Zambia, but there's Peak, like the milk Peak company here, and you see that every day they're rolling out one new thing or the other. Last I checked, I think they started making yogurt, and it was very easy for people to buy and welcome it because they've built their brand, they've built a reputation, they've built a name, and it's not even hard for anything they produce to sell. And then it attracts talents, right? So this is our second pause for questions. Let me know if we have any question. I'm going to come back to check and then just continue the class. If we have questions, I'm going to read them when I come back to this slide. Sorry, let me try and try. Let me plug in my laptop. So if we have questions, let's feel free to put that out, right? So we are going to the last bit, which is generating sales on social media. Remember, we talked about branding, importance of branding, how you can brand, we explore target audience, and finally, we are going to be talking about how you can generate sales on social media. So we are going to look at what social media is, and I'm sure all of you know it, right? Social media is really like interactive technologies that allow creation, sharing, or exchange of information. So social media basically is a place where we all meet and interact, right? Where you can exchange with people, you can update them on things, they can update you, you can engage with each other, you can sell, you can bond, and all, right? And like the name, social, it's a social place. Now, what are the benefits of using social media? You reach a wide audience, right? You have direct connection with your audience. You can easily reply them, right? You can send them direct messages. You can also even engage with them on their own profiles, right? On their own page, on their own timelines, right? You can create organic content. It's not compulsory that you run ads. You can create organic content. You also have access to paid advertising services. Should you want to do more in your business, you can also do paid advertising. It helps you to build your brand, right? There are even people that build their brand so well that you see that they go from just owning a business to also being influencers. So, for example, I've seen what they call it, people that start out with maybe they sell food products. I've seen this before, right? Or I know someone that sells kitchenwares, and she started doing so well, creating great organic content, and smaller brands started paying her to advertise for them. So you now see people, she was selling kitchenwares. You see people that are now like maybe catering would advertise with her, people that are selling maybe detergents or things that are related in her line of business, right? So you can actually build a very good brand that people start just paying you for building a brand, right? You're still selling, you're still even making money off your business, but they start paying you to help them. They start even wanting to collaborate with you, partner with you to do more. So you can build a solid brand on social media and become a thing, right? Or become a brand of brands, basically. And then it helps you to drive traffic to your website, and you can always use the insights to evaluate your performance. Now, but for you to be on social media and to use social media well, you have to have a strategy, right? You need to ask yourself, what are your goals, right? How will you measure them? You don't just want to be on social media because everybody is there. You want to be there because you have a goal, right? And you want to ensure that everything you're doing is geared towards meeting that goal. You want to know the type of content you post, when you're going to post, which channels. Remember, I said earlier that you don't have to be everywhere. You can just choose channels that works for your business, right? You must not be on all the social media platforms you have. And then you want to know if you want to be managing your social media yourself, or you want to get a content creator, and what is your budget, right? So how can you make the most of the internet? First of all, like I already said, choose right social media channels. You can have automated customer service. So on WhatsApp Business, for example, now there are now chatbots that help to make the chats easier. On Instagram too, even on Facebook, you can integrate chatbots to help you so that you're not always by your phone, right? The chatbots can automatically respond. Right. And then transparent e-commerce platforms, the ones I've mentioned, Gigi, there's Jumia, there's Amazon, and all that. You have access to analytical tools and reports. You can always analyze what is happening. You can know the kind of impressions you're having, the kind of people that are interacting with your post, and if these are the people you need, right? And then you can customize your user recommendations. These are very important. Now, this is the statistics of social media platforms. We see that Facebook has the highest users, and after Facebook, we have WhatsApp, Messenger, WeChat, blah, 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 blah. But like the top ones are Facebook and WhatsApp, right? They have the most users. And then what are the social media platforms for selling? If you're thinking about the ones that work best, we have Facebook. Facebook is still number one. We have Instagram, Twitter. It depends on your business. So if you're a tech inclined business, Twitter works for you. LinkedIn is mostly for people that render services, right? Now we're going to go into what are the questions you should consider before starting out. Like I earlier mentioned, you want to know which network do you want to, which channel, right? Do you have to do two at a time? Do you have to do just one and build out? What do you want to do? You want to know the kind of activities you're going to be doing. Do you want to just be posting? Do you want to do videos? Do you want to go on live? Do you want to do interviews? What are the kind of content you want to put out? What groups or communities should you join? What kind of reactions do you want your audience to have, right? Do you want them to always be happy when they are reaching out to you? Do you want them to always have insights? Do you want it to be a professional platform? Do you want it to be a friendly place? What do you want, right? And then how much influence do you want to have? These are very important questions. So this is another pause for questions. I'm going to see. Can someone have multiple business niches? Yes, you can have multiple business niches, but it means that you're trying to run different businesses, and that can be tasking, right? But yes, you can. I do bridal cars in Uganda. Can I use Twitter for advertisement? So there's no a one shoe fits all approach, right? But you would ask what you're going to do is you want to define your target audience. When you define your target audience, you now ask yourself, those people that are your target audience, on what platform are they on mostly. So if you define your target audience and there are people that stay more on Instagram, right? Instagram will be the right place for you to advertise. If the people you're trying to reach out to use Twitter more, then they'll be the right person. So there's no direct answer to that. What works is the people you're trying to sell to, the people you're trying to reach, where do they stay on, or where do they spend more time? Where they spend more time is the response to your question. How do I create a business or company account on LinkedIn? So you have to have a personal account. So when you have a personal account, you open a page on that personal account, and then the page is going to be your company page. But you cannot open, last I checked, I don't know for now, but last I checked, you cannot open it directly. You have to have a personal account, and on the personal account you create a business page, and then that business page is your company page. um I'm not sure that I see any other questions, so I'm going to continue. And then if there's any question that you ask I did not respond to, or the moderators did not respond to, you would want to put that. And at the end of the session, I'm going to just take them. So, what are the elements of branding as we are trying to conclude? Remember, we've talked about this before: a brand name, good logo, tagline, brand values, and a brand personality. Now, the tips for building a reputable brand, right? First of all, you want to stay customer focused. It's just like what I said, that when I said what Dale Carnegie said, that when you're doing things as a business or as a person, it should not always be about what you want, but it should be about what the people you are serving wants, right? So make sure that you're customer centric. You're always focusing on your customers. Deliver consistently, very important. And then be authentic. There are people that copy a whole lot. They copy almost everything that their competitors are doing. There should be something about your business that screams uniqueness, that screams original, that screams just you. So be authentic, be original, be you. Basically, do your own thing. Have a spice. That let there be something that there are people that go through my post, and I mean, without even seeing your name, they can know that, oh, this is the person talking. So be authentic. Have something. Be original. Basically, show up and have something that separates you from the crowd, right? And then communicate clearly. Very, very important. And then we are going to look. So, if you have to build an effective branding, it is very, very key for you to be consistent. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep doing what you want us to see, right? You have to keep communicating what you want us to hear. Repetition is key in branding. Repetition is key. You don't just do it once and think we get it. You don't just put out a graphics or a video that has your brand identity and think that, oh, everybody knows you, everybody can recognize your logo. No, you have to keep showing up. You have to keep posting. You have to keep using the brand voice. You have to keep using your brand colors. You have to keep communicating in a way like the way you want us to understand. So, for example, we did not just wake up and know that Nike has this whole victory brand voice, right? And they love to tell good stories that shows people coming from nothing into being victorious. They had to do a lot of adverts, they had to do a lot of shoots, they had to keep posting and consistently. And then the kind of influencers they were using to influence their business, they were on our faces till we got it. So that's the same thing with you. If you have to build an effective brand, you have to be consistent. You have to ensure that on all the posts you're making, what we can see an element of your brand in it. We can see the brand voice. If, for example, you're trying to say that you're going to be a brand that is friendly, let it be that go like when we check your post or most of your posts is lively, is fun, right? It's consistent. Is that consistency that helps us to know that this is the kind of experience you want us to have. This is what you're trying to do. And then we can now connect to it. So you don't just do it and go. And then not just doing it, you also train your team to do that. So you can also have a brand guide of what should be done and what should not be done so that everybody follows suit, right? It's also important for you to use storytelling. It's very when you tell the story of your business, people connect more to it. And then multi-channel strategy. When we say multi-channel strategy, we're not trying to say that you should use all channels, but it's better to use two channels than using one in the event that anything happens, right? And then measure and refine, very important. Anything that you have decided to be doing for your business, make sure that you always look at it, see if it works, and if it doesn't work, tweak it. If it works, you amplify it, right? Now we go to how do you maintain a brand reputation? Deliver quality. Don't overpromise and under deliver, right? Give a good promise, over deliver on your promises, and be consistent on delivering quality. Communicate transparently. If something will not happen, if, for example, you have delivery issues, you don't have a particular product, you're experiencing a production issue, if anything is happening, communicate and let people understand. Don't hide or lie and then get into a fix, right? Communicate at every step of the way so that people get it and understand what is happening. And then handle issues promptly. There are people that business owners that you don't even read your DMs. You answer your DMs like 2 days later. Don't do that. If you have your clients have issues, please be there to assist them. And then finally, ensure that you encourage a feedback system. So we are going to pause for questions again. This is our last pause for questions. So from the beginning of the class till now, if you have questions, please let me know. Let me go through the comment section and see what's happening. Hmm. Again, if you put out any question I did not respond to, please like put it out again. When building a brand for online platforms, what's your advice on product niches? Is it okay to mix niches, that is, sell health and beauty and phone accessories under the same store? No, it is not advisable. It makes people confused. The only time that is advisable to do that is if you are into I've forgotten what they call this, but brands that sell. So, for example, Jumia sells everything. So, if you're a brand, normally from the get go, that what you plan to do is to be, I'm looking for the name, but I think it's general merchandise, yeah, but that's not the exact name I'm trying to look out for. But if that's what you do, right, you do general, you do different things, then it means that that is what. So, for example, there are brands that they sell like I use Jumia. They have electronics, they have this one, they have that one. So people are basically going on the page to look for different things that works. However, it is best to build to have different pages, especially if you want it to really work. And then for when you're running ads, if you want it to be targeted, it's better to build. For example, Jumia has Jumia Food as another page, and then has Jumia as another page. So it's better to build them out. It helps people to know exactly what you are doing, because if you have all that together, it means you're going to have different target audience, and people may not be engaging in your post because there might be people that are interested in only health and beauty, and the day you put phone accessories, they'll be like, oh, this person doesn't know what they are doing, and then they'll follow you. So it's best to actually have them different, really. Can use of flyers still okay, and green ones can use of Fury? I don't understand your question, please. I don't know if you can take it again. Yeah. Let me see. More light on social media strategies. You went so fast. So just to sum that up, Constance, the strategies you want to use for your social media, you want to know what do you want to be posting? How frequently do you want to post? How do you want to be perceived, right? And then you also everly want to measure and refine things. Anything you have done, it is important that you review those things and see what are the things that are working, what are the things that are not working, what should I change, what should I improve on, right? So that's like really a summary of that bit. Let me know if you understand that. So feedback has really done you good, but sometimes realize that people do it to put you down. How best should you handle clients who never appreciate other than avoiding them? So in business, you don't avoid clients. If you see that there are clients that don't appreciate things, the first thing you want to ask yourself, those things they don't appreciate, are they true? If they are true, look for a way to work on them. If they are not, you tell them thank you. Once they are done with their feedback, you say thank you so much. And that's it. You keep it moving. You don't have to do any, you don't have to allow it to hurt you. Or in business, you have to grow soft, like thick skin, because you're going to meet all sorts of people. So once they keep giving you bad feedback, at the end of the big feedback, you say thank you. If it's a public feedback, so when I mean a public feedback, if that feedback is on maybe your page, right, where everybody is seeing it, and they are saying, for example, oh, this product you gave is not good, you can answer to say, oh, thank you so much for your comments. However, this is the quality of the product we deliver to you. Would like to would appreciate if you can detail why you're not okay with this product. That's what you can do. And then if they answer, most times, if those people don't have a legit thing, they will not have anything to say. But if they say something, people that at times there are times where people have given me bad reviews, and I before I even saw the comments, other people were like already responded to say, oh, this doesn't happen, or this is a lie, or that. So when you build a brand reputation, for the most part, especially for public bad feedbacks, when you've built your reputation, if people give you feedbacks that are untrue, you see that at some point it won't even be you doing the fight. It will be your customers helping you to do that. So it is 2 o'clock. We are behind time. Where and how can one find the online business directory for updating their businesses? So you just type on Google, and then according to your, so if you're in Zambia, you can put business. So let me give you an example. If you sell food, right, you could put food and beverages or food business directory in Zambia, for example, and you're going to see a list, and then you see how to register. What are the factors to consider when advising someone to start up a business? That is actually a very broad question, but you want to know, first of all, why do you want to start the business? That is very important. Secondly, who are the people in that niche? Sorry. Who are the people that need what you are, what they call it, so are the people that need your services, right? And then third, you also want to ask yourself, what do you have to get into that business? Do you have enough details? Fourthly, you also want to research your competitors. What are your competitors doing, and how can you do better, right? And but the most important question when you want to start up a business is you want to ask yourself the why. Because when you really start the business, there are a lot of things that would happen that would make you want to shut down your business. And if you don't have a good why, or you don't have a good reason to start in the first place, you would end up shutting down your business. So the why is mostly the important question. Let me see now. I don't understand what you mean. What can be a starter business? Varion, before you start any business, you want to know what you want to start. I don't think that anybody should be telling people what to do, because my strengths and your strengths are not the same. My starter business might be me selling wigs, or might be me opening a recycling company, because it's my strength, but it might not be your strength. So a starter business would be what works for you and where there is a need. What advice would you give to someone trying to rebrand? The first advice I'm going to give you is to maybe sit with a brand strategist, right? And then Yes, communicate what your needs are, and the person is going to help you tailor your needs, right? The person asking, what am I supposed to consider before starting a business? I already answered when I was answering Veron. So maybe when you watch this, you would listen to my response, right? So you can find us on social media on these links, right? We're on Facebook, Twitter, we're on Instagram, LinkedIn. You can also email us, and we are ever willing to respond. Thank you for being such engaging audience. Again, I know that you might still have questions that I've not responded to, but you can reach out to us on our social media platforms as it is on the screen. And also, if you have questions, you can do further research. I think that we have other sessions coming up, and there's some things people have asked here that we are going to take in other sessions. So do well to be here for other sessions, and also invite your friends. Thank you all so much for being such great audience. Thank you for the time. Till next time that we meet, do have a lovely afternoon. Bye bye.